What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of EvenSplits, the podcast every runner strives for. I'm Will.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Marco.
I'm Ben.
And we got a great show today. We got plenty of shoe takes, London Marathon preview. We got some action out of college. But first, we got an interview with Spencer Brown, the athlete special. So we'll go right to that. All right, and so we're here with Spencer from Athlete Special. He's a collegiate runner at Georgetown. So let's get into it. Let's go first. All right. So let's just start off. Like, how did you get into running in high school? Like, what kind of got it started for you?
So I started running when I was a lot younger, like fourth or fifth grade. I don't know if you guys ever did the Junior Olympic stuff, but
yeah, Marco does.
yeah, Mark. Yeah, so I was running for a long time, even before high school. But I also played soccer and did baseball stuff. But yeah, I really just kind of only started doing running full time freshman year of high school, and kind of fell in love with the 3-season aspect of it. The cross country, indoor, and then outdoor. And I had a really fun time with my high school team. So that really kind of made me fall in love with the sport. And my dad was a runner as well, so he kind of coached me throughout high school. And it's just I've always loved running. So I've kind of like the unique story of the guy who like has been doing it forever, and like somehow didn't burn out or whatever. So
yeah, exactly.
Well, so Marco, the one that you've been talking to, is actually a junior All-American.
Yeah.
And so coming from the Junior Olympics, like, how did you know that once you're in high school or once you really fell in love with running, how did you know that running was something that you wanted to continue to do in college?
That's a good question. I just love competing, and I think that you guys would all agree with me in that, like, when you get a PR or like you see improvement, there's really no better feeling in life. That's how I feel. So I'm kind of just addicted to the feeling of getting PRs, winning races, and just like the grind in general. I love just kind of pushing myself to see where my body can take me. And yeah, no, it's running's obviously a really difficult sport in that there's so many ups and downs. But I think that I realized I wanted to run in college pretty early on in high school, to be honest. I always thought that my career wouldn't end in high school. And, especially as I got older and time started to come down, I really got excited about trying to run in college. And hopefully now I'm actually about to graduate college, and then continue running into, post-collegiate life.
All right, sweet.
If you could go back to your freshman year, what advice would you give yourself?
Freshman year of high school or freshman year of college?
Say freshman year.
Both.
Yeah,
Both.
how about both?
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Oof. Freshman year of high school, I don't really know if I would have any advice now that I would give myself. Only just like chill out about like times and really just enjoy the process of running. I put a lot of pressure on myself when I was younger, and I don't think that helped me at all. I think that it just really made me like get way too nervous before races, and I kind of had this expectation that I always had to be like the fastest freshman at the time in high school, and like that wasn't fun. So I think I would say just to kind of take it race by race, enjoy the process more, and just enjoy the fact that like you're going to improve over a long period of time as long as you're consistent. And then for college, that one would definitely be more like enjoy racing, but at the same time, like if you want to get good in college, you better try to like do something early on. Like I know that like the process is important and it's important to consistently get better over a period of time, but like in college it gets so serious that like you can't use the excuse like I'm a freshman, I don't have to like not necessarily try, but just like don't use the excuse that you're a freshman that you can't be good, because you can be good at any age in college.
Yeah.
So I would definitely tell any people who are going to be freshmen in college to like don't sell yourself short. You can be really good now. What's the point of saying you're going to be good when you're older? Because I'm a fifth year now, and I can tell you like time goes by so quick. It's so limited. So you have to take advantage of every single opportunity you are given.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what led you to start your YouTube channel? Because a lot of people take inspiration from you from that.
Yeah. So, and I tell this to a lot of people. So I started my YouTube channel 4 years ago now. My sister I was at home during winter break. It was my freshman year of college, and my sister wanted to hang out with me. And I was like, I can't hang out. I have to do a double. And she was like, you know what, Spencer, you are such a loser. All you do is run. It's so boring. You should make a YouTube channel about it just to show everyone how boring your life is. So I was like, you know what, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that. And then she picked up the camera, started filming me, and from there I kind of just fell in love with like the idea of making videos. And at first, for the first couple of years, I was just making them for like my team, documenting trips, doing vlogs, having fun, just messing around. Like the videos were never really meant for a big audience, but then it started to kind of catch on, and people started to kind of enjoy the videos. So I kind of targeted my videos more towards like workout type stuff, race stuff, like preparation for races, um, just because I realized I could kind of do something with it. And people have really enjoyed it since then. But I think that like with a YouTube channel, like the biggest issue that kids have when they're starting a YouTube channel or even like a podcast or something is that like they do it for like 3 weeks, and then they're like, all right, like I'm not getting the views I want. I'm gonna give up. And like don't be doing it for the views, because I never have. And people who do it just for the views, you're not going to get like a lot right away. So just do it if you actually enjoy the process of like making videos or making podcasts. And if you just do it consistently over a period of time, like I guarantee you that it'll catch on, and you'll get an audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wise.
That is wise, especially to, four. So three of us are seniors right now. One of us is just a freshman. And oddly enough, the freshman actually, Marco, he's the one that kind of rounded us all into this.
Yeah.
So that's definitely very good. I have a question. So coming into your freshman year, you said that you knew that you had to get serious and that you could be good coming into college. But did you look up to anybody on the team to kind of take to be under their wing and kind of like tag along with them and look up to them in races and try to get to that level?
Yeah, definitely. It's really fun being a freshman on like a really good team. I was at the time when I was a freshman, we had four guys break four on our team who are older. So just naturally, like it was so easy to just look up to those guys and train with them, because you get such a big confidence boost training with sub 4 milers all the time. And really, like, I mean, it says it in itself that just having great teammates, you can really all get better together if you guys are all on the same page. But yeah, it's so much fun when you're younger, and like you don't have crazy expectations, and that makes everything just so stress free. In college at least. But you really have to take advantage of that time when you're younger, because not enough kids realize that like why wait to be good, when you can just be good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So now that you're a fifth year senior, are you looking at some of the freshmen and kind of going out of your way to be the guy that they look up to?
Yeah, definitely. We have a really really good freshman class at Georgetown. I love all the guys. They're so fun to be around. I just feel so like old. I'm like an old man on the team now. But at the same time, college went by so quick that it's like I really like to preach to people like don't take the time for granted. You're gonna regret it big time if you do. And it's so important to take advantage of your opportunities. But yeah, no, there's I'm not gonna say any name in particular, but seriously, all the freshman guys, um, I'd like to take them all under my wing and just kind of show them the ropes. But yeah, no, I think that those guys have the potential to be super good as long as they just kind of follow in the footsteps of the older guys on the team. So we're excited about them.
Sweet. So you mentioned you're you run for Georgetown. Obviously a very prestigious academic school as well as athletics. But so can you talk for a minute about like what it's like to not only be a collegiate like runner, but also to be a student at a prestigious university?
Yeah, it's definitely really difficult. Um, at least it was in my experience. I had a lot of trouble balancing academics and athletics at first. You have to be cognizant that like you're a Division 1 athlete and you're also a student, but like you can't be like going out on the weekends drinking with like your fellow freshmen in college that aren't on a team if you want to be serious about it. It's just a lot, especially going from high school to college. You just get thrown into like having to deal with just being a college kid and then being a D1 athlete on top of it. It can be really overwhelming for people, but I transitioned nicely. Sophomore year was a lot more enjoyable than freshman year for me, but it's difficult. I think that the most important thing or aspect is just being really good with time management. You have to kind of know what you have time for and what you don't, and just maintain like uh, a serious attitude about running. And you can let loose here and there, but like you just have to be able to balance academics, athletics, and your social life, which is it's a lot easier said than done.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people kind of miss out on. They see all the great times and everything on TV, and you kind of miss out on that whole other side of the maturity of it. So
hmm
All right. What's your best high school / college race?
um, so high school, I would say it would probably be something in track. I was all right at cross country in high school, but I think across the board I've enjoyed track more. My best race, maybe when I like decided my coach was like kind of giving me a hard time about like how I did not have that much leg speed.
Mhm.
So I was like, all right, coach, like let me run the 400 meters at like our league meet or whatever. And he like reluctantly said yes, and then I ended up winning that race in like 49 something, and I was super hyped about it. I think it was like a school record at the time. Someone broke it recently after. It's not a crazy good school record, but it was really fun to like run a 400 at like an actual meet. I had never done that before, never really again. So that I guess is sort of like the most fun race I've done, but probably like best race would have been late in my senior year of high school. I ran a 150 in the 800. So I soloed it, so I was happy about that.
Yeah.
And then for college, probably the happiest I was after a race was when I broke 4 in the
I was
mile.
about to say it's got to be breaking
Yeah.
four.
Yeah, I was definitely the most happy because that was just like for me that was something that like I thought I should have been able to do it when I was a lot younger. When I was a freshman in college, I ran like a 4:03, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna break 4 immediately, and I just never gotten a good opportunity sophomore and junior year, um, because of like injuries and just not getting in good races or panicking in races. So like it kind of became a bit of like a mental thing, like fuck, am I ever gonna break 4 or not? And then just doing it was such a relief for me. And especially I ran like 3:59.97, which kind of makes it funnier, like barely under. So
And under it.
yeah, that was for sure my that like definitely the happiest I've ever been in a race. Although I ran a 1500 meters outdoors that was I think equivalent to faster than my mile, but I definitely felt way happier when I broke 4.
Yeah, just because it's that more official. Coming into cross country, or especially on your way out of high school, you hear the stories about I know Will a couple years ago, especially like when you go into the forest of a cross country race, you can get rough in there. Do you have any stories about how you got into the forest or somewhere away from officials and you had to kind of get down and dirty, making moves around corners and whatnot?
I mean, I more so than anything, I'll just tell you guys all straight up that the transition from high school to college cross country is insanely difficult. It was so hard for me. You go from running a 5K to an 8 to 10K, and like you could be having a great race and you're in like 110th place. So it's just such a different feeling. Um, I don't have any specific story about like me. I mean, I've fallen down in races. I've fallen in the mud and had to get up. But my friend, who's a few years older than me, who went to Georgetown, and at one of the meets, it was in Pennsylvania. It was at Paul Short. Um, he was running, and I think he was in like I don't know what place he was in. Just like there's a big pack, and there was a deer on the side of the course, and the guy right in front of him got speared by the deer. So and he was
Oh man.
yeah. So and the funny part was he was like, I kind of just wish that was me because like
Oh man, I understand that.
yeah. So I guess my fair warning is just cross country in college has been a battle for me. I'm so happy to be done with it, to be honest. But some people adjust better. I was more of a middle distance guy in high school, so going up to that 8 and 10K was so hard. I had a few good races here and there. I was never able to put it together like at the national meet, but overall, yeah, just you have to be super mentally tough to be good at cross in college.
All right, sweet. Well, thanks for talking to us. This is Even Split podcast. Spencer Brown, also known as the Athlete Special on YouTube. You should definitely check him out. But thanks for chatting with us, and catch you soon.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. It's been a pleasure.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks again to Spencer. That was a great interview. So as promised, we're gonna start off with some shoe takes.
Yeah.
So the new Nike rule. We're dubbing it the Vaporfly rule. Thoughts? What do we got?
Andrew?
I mean, you have to be looking at this, especially with the London Marathon coming up. You have to be wondering, is Kipchoge questioning his dominance right now?
No.
I mean, is he going?
Why?
Is he letting what everyone's saying get to him, and he's saying, you know what? I've been running so long with these shoes. I was good before. I have no doubt that he's still going to be the greatest in the world.
Okay. This guy ran 2:04 whatever with the midsoles flying out of his shoe, or the what's it called? I don't even know. The flying out of his shoes.
Yeah.
So I think I'm firmly on the side of
on Eliud.
But that's
over exaggerated.
I'm not downing Eliud. I'm saying
So you're saying like,
he ran 1:59.40 in the shoes that have now been dubbed illegal. Is he saying, I broke 2. He has that personal accomplishment, and most of the world recognizes that he has that accomplishment. But in the record books, the world record is still that 2:01.39
by Eliud.
Eliud. But he doesn't want just the world record. He's had that. He wants to break history. He wants to be the Sebco. He wants to break the 2-hour barrier.
But he did. No, I think the sentiment is almost there. But I think the 2-hour barrier was something that he wanted to do since pretty much the beginning of the Nike Breaking 2 project in 20. I don't know when they started it, 2015. But that's kind of been a personal goal for him. Obviously, he knows that it's not an official marathon because of all the pace car and the pacers coming on and off. But I mean he's the greatest marathoner we've ever seen, and his dominance is I think it speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm. The new Brooks.
The Brooks came out. Yeah, they're what are they called?
Hyperion Elites.
Hashtag ad. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's cool.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, no,
that's a cool name.
Brooks, can we get a sponsor?
Yeah, Brooks sponsorship.
Yeah. I've been exclusively wearing Brooks shoes for 3 years.
I've been wearing Brooks since
Granted, I don't
freshman
run
Um,
201.
So are we going to return to an age where all runners are the same and we can go back to running 205 now? Is that what's going to
Yes,
happen?
every runner runs 205 now.
Maybe we can get some Americans to run 205 now.
Hey, come on. Don't get my hopes up like that.
Yeah. So
In London, there is one American. I put his name somewhere. I don't know. It's something like Co, not Seb Co. That'd be cool. But there's one American, and he's seated, I think, 26th.
all right. So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance.
Look,
There's
when
a
it
chance
comes
an
to-
American wins the London Marathon.
The odds of everybody else in the field beating Kipchoge are so low that the American might as well just be thrown in there.
Might as well.
I think. I mean, yeah. I'll stay with Kipchoge until he loses. I don't. Yeah.
Although that brings up an interesting question: the number 2 and the number 3 guys that behind Eliud last year in the London Marathon, now that Bekele's coming in, are they saying, okay, we know we're not going to get Eliud, but can we get Bekele? Can we get Bekele now? I think they're both from Kenya. Are they saying, you know what? Eliud's been so untouchable for so long. Bekele has also been pretty untouchable, but now are they getting hungrier to get that number 2 spot?
Thoughts? I
I
mean, I don't.
I say for sure. I mean, cause like what the third guy, what did he run compared to Bekele?
I can't even remember what his name is. That's terrible.
It was Mul. What's he?
Ran like 202.40 something at London last year.
And then Bekele's like what 201,
201.41.
41.
Right.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, I think all these guys are going to go into this race looking to break the world record.
Yeah, I mean,
They all think they can do it, and they think that that's the way. I mean, I think that really is the only way to beat Kipchoge is to run a world record because he's going to run his very best. And I think.
Now, do you guys
their
think
only
that
hope.
Kipchoge can break his record in London?
The 159 or the official?
The
No.
official.
I think that's going to be a tall order.
What do you think the over/under is that both Bekele and Kipchoge break the official current world record?
I'd
mean,
say
right.
that I'd give you low odds on that. I don't think
yeah.
that's very likely. I think one of two things is either going to happen. Either Bekele is going to just go for it because he thinks this is what I've got to do, or they're both going to hang back and they're going to run 204, and their last 20K is going to be like some crazy split like 420 average pace.
Yeah.
And it's it's going to be just a total like we've seen Mo Farah in the 10K.
Yeah.
Speaking of
204 in the marathon. An easy tactical run for Eliud Kipchoge.
yeah,
Easy tempo.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the shoe debate is unfortunately not over.
It's not going
but
to be.
it's hopefully the World Athletics, formerly IAAF, has kind of made put some clarity into the situation.
Yeah.
We can hope.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Mo Farah.
Yeah, Mo Farah
coming back to the track. What do you think's going to happen there? Do you think he has a chance to? Or I mean, obviously, I'm never going to count Mo Farah out.
Right, you
But
can't.
how likely do you think it is that he's going to come out? He's going to get a gold.
It's gonna be pretty close. I don't
think
know.
so too. I don't even know. Who do we have in the
Ben?
10K?
Honestly, I don't think so.
Really?
That's what I was
don't
saying.
think so.
That's what I was saying. I was talking to
so.
him
I don't
about
think
this
so.
last week. I think that you obviously can't really count out Mo Farah, and I love him. I'm never going to do that.
Yeah.
But you have to think he's been training for the marathon.
Yeah.
I'm on his YouTube. I'm not on it, but you know what I mean. He's been doing the speed work, but obviously the speed work needed for a 5K, 10K. But that's not where his priorities have been set.
Yeah.
He's old.
Yeah.
He's coming into that. He's not a favorite.
I
Mo,
think. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you kind of are old.
Man, I don't.
If you're listening
Yeah,
to
Mo,
this.
because you're obviously watching.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a really interesting race to watch. I think if it was a Diamond League 10K, well, rest in peace, Diamond League 10Ks.
Come on.
If it was a professional 10K with pace and they were going to run 26:30 something, I think he'd be in trouble. But it's an Olympic year and it's an Olympic race. Everybody's vying for the gold medal. That's all they really care about. I think you gotta give him top 3 at least.
Yeah.
I give him
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
chance at
definitely.
top 3. Goal might be a stretch, but I think he's gonna. It's Mo Farah. He's the king of the last lap 52. So, I think he's got. I'd give him 50-50 odds to win the gold.
Yeah.
Which is probably the best in the field.
Combining the Farah and the shoe takes.
Oh man.
The
Well,
new
I don't know
Peg-
what are
the
they
new
gonna do
Pegasus.
about
the new Pegasus.
I
Because
haven't
you
even-
know that as soon as Farah said that he was coming back to the track, as soon as the shoe guidelines came out, you know that Nike was pushing out those special ones made especially for him where they cut out the heel so it doesn't rub his Achilles. You know, they got the symbol on the back and they're like, get him out, he has to be able to wear them. Yeah.
That's right.
Ones, yeah.
Those are dope, though.
Yeah, being in the shoe game is good business right now.
It's a stressful business right now.
Yeah.
Because everyone's looking at their shoes and going, well, we've had this in production. We can't use this until,
World Athletics.
Berlin.
Kind of says what they're saying.
Yeah.
So it's what, February 3rd, I guess, Monday, day after the Super Bowl. I don't know if y'all watched it. Everybody saw the ad with Usain Bolt. So that begs the question: is Usain Bolt coming back to the 100? Yes. or no?
Definitely not.
Hot take from Marco. Definitely not.
Definitely.
Okay, I was sitting.
No, okay.
I was sitting right next to Will. I was sitting. No, not right next to Will. Across the room.
the room.
As soon as he comes back, he does this, and he says something along the lines of "Still got it, Jimmy." And
This
look,
is the
look,
joke.
look, look, look,
For those of you that
look,
don't
look.
know,
I am not a paranoid man, but that script in the Super Bowl means he's coming back.
for those of you that don't know, this is an ad with John Cena and Jimmy Fallon. John Cena is basically Jimmy Fallon's workout coach, but Usain Bolt is
It's
featured
a Michelob.
on the track.
It's a beer commercial.
It's a beer commercial.
It's a beer
But
But knowing Usain Bolt, how else would he announce he's coming back?
I don't think he's coming back. I think it's just he's a high profile athlete and he can make a lot of money from being in a Michelob Ultra ad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a fun fun way to get people talking about it like this guy because
Okay,
who
right now,
doesn't love Usain Bolt?
right now he comes back.
Like I just said.
So this is a
Coleman?
hypothetical.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right now, not in his prime. He hasn't been working out as much. He played soccer.
Right.
Frick.
So he comes back in his current shape right now. What do you think he runs?
I mean,
Couple months out.
9.9, 9.8. I don't think he goes much
Not
faster
Just
than
just
that.
hopping off the couch.
I mean, he's got the crazy top end speed, but I don't think he can run it. And it's not even a competition for
Coleman.
Yeah, for Coleman and even Gatlin. I think Gatlin would blow him out of the water. I don't know out of the water, but I think Gatlin would definitely beat him, especially because he's not been
Yeah.
he's been retired for 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
Um,
Andre DeGrasse is like, yes, I finally get to beat him.
Andre DeGrasse is like, oh, maybe I can run 9.7 and beat Usain Bolt.
maybe.
I feel so bad for Andre DeGrasse.
Didn't DeGrasse lose to Coleman won, right?
What?
In Doha?
I think. I'm not sure.
Was
I don't
in
even
Doha?
remember. I was so fed up with
Doha.
IAAF that I didn't watch
Yeah,
it.
I'd assume so. Yeah.
He won.
okay.
He won everything, so yeah, he would have had to.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is DeGrasse even?
I think he's still.
That's the thing.
He's relevant.
He's gonna be in the race. I don't know.
'Cause,
I'd
don't
probably
forget-
put him outside the medal
Also,
hunt.
don't forget, there's also that guy from that big dude from China.
Oh yeah.
That Subin?
I can't remember his name.
Subin, something like that?
But I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think 100's gonna be a race to watch this year in the Olympics. I think that's gonna be a crazy race.
Rest in
100.
peace, the 200 for Doha.
Oh, I know that. Oh, man, that was tough. I've abandoning my relationship with the 200. I'm sorry, it's over. All right. Well, so one more thing. Obviously NCAA track. We got the DMR, Oregon breaking the DMR collegiate record. Got Cooper Tier running 3:55 in the mile. He's a Texas boy, so we got to mention him.
Yeah. Shout out Cooper.
Really?
Yeah, shout out Cooper.
Is he actually?
I thought he was from
Southlake?
Southlake, yeah.
No. He got invited from. I think he's from California.
Okay, I take
He
that
got
back.
invited. Yeah, he went
Well,
here to Southlake.
Regardless, 3:55 is a crazy time, no matter how old you
Mhm.
are or where you're from. Thoughts?
Damn.
Yeah,
Fast.
indeed.
Damn.
I think.
I mean,
yeah.
okay, so I have the splits here. West in the 12 goes 253.53. Miller in the 4 goes 47.47. Hunter goes 148.08. Tier goes 355.45.
Yeah, that 3:55 is really the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
They definitely wouldn't have gotten the record without it.
Yeah. Although it is nice to see, especially at the high school level. I know that a lot of the relays it really only matters the longest distance event.
Yeah.
Because you have.
Well, I don't think that's. I mean, to run an NCAA record though, you got to have all 4 legs really working together.
Wrong. Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Well, this has been this week.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all we got this week.
First episode.
Yeah, thanks guys for tuning in.
This is EvenSplits podcast.
Podcast all runners strive for.
Exciting new guests coming up.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
You were born for radio.
I was.
That's how my grandparents called me ugly.
Hold on.
Composure. Composure. La 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 la.
You sound like Shakira.
You do.